Welcome to FluentFlow English.
Hey everyone, welcome back to FluentFlow English, the podcast where learning English feels easy, natural, and fun. I'm Ryan.
And I'm Emma. We're so happy to be back with you today. It's been a little while since our last episode because, well, we were on vacation.
Yes, finally, a break. Today, we're going to talk all about that. Vacations, why they're important, how to talk about them in English, and some fun stories from our own holidays.
Exactly. So if you're an English learner, get ready to pick up lots of natural expressions, phrases, and listening practice today.
And by the end of this episode, you'll be able to confidently talk about your vacation, where you went, what you did, and how it made you feel.
All right, Ryan. First question. How was your vacation?
Part 1. Talking about the vacation. Oh, it was amazing. I went to Bali, Indonesia. I'd been dreaming about it for years. Beautiful beaches, warm sunshine, the sound of waves. Just perfect.
That sounds like a dream. What did you do there?
Well, mostly I relaxed. I swam in the ocean, tried surfing, though I wasn't very good at it. And I read a few books. But what I loved most was the peace.
That's the best part of any vacation, when your mind finally slows down.
Exactly. You stop thinking about deadlines, emails, or daily routines. It's like your brain finally takes a deep breath.
I know that feeling. Where I went was totally different, though. I went hiking in Switzerland.
Wow, mountains instead of beaches. That's so you.
Yep. I love nature, fresh air, and beautiful views. Every morning, I'd wake up early, grab a cup of coffee, and just watch the sunrise over the mountains. It was so peaceful.
That sounds incredible. So, what's one thing you learned from your trip?
That sometimes doing nothing is actually the best thing for your mind. I didn't check my phone much, didn't scroll social media. Just existed.
That's powerful. Sometimes vacations remind us how important it is to just be present.
Part 2. Vocabulary and expressions for English learners. All right, English learners, now let's pause for a second. Let's learn some natural ways to talk about vacations in English.
Good idea. So instead of saying, I go to trip, you should say, I went on a trip. For example, I went on a trip to Bali.
Yes, and instead of saying, I make relax, say, I took some time to relax. For example, I took some time to relax by the beach.
Another one, people often say, I do swimming. That's not natural. You can say, I went swimming, or I swam in the ocean.
Exactly. And a few fun expressions. Recharge your batteries means to rest and get your energy back. Get away from it all means to escape from your daily routine. A change of scenery means going somewhere new to refresh your mind.
Nice. So, for example, I needed a change of scenery, so I went to the mountains.
Or, after months of working hard, I really needed to recharge my batteries.
Perfect. You're all learning fast.
Part 3. Why vacations are so important. You know, Ryan, it's funny how people often feel guilty about taking breaks.
Yes, like if you're not working, you're wasting time. But actually, rest is part of growth.
Absolutely. When we take time off, our brains process ideas in the background. That's why people often say, I got my best idea while I was on vacation.
True. It's like your creativity wakes up again.
There's even science behind it. Studies show that people who take vacations have lower stress, higher focus, and better performance when they return to work.
So vacations aren't just for fun. They're essential.
Exactly. And not everyone can travel far, but even small breaks, like a day in nature or a weekend at home, can make a difference.
Part 4. How to talk about vacations in conversations. Let's help our listeners with some real-life English conversation examples.
Good idea. So, Ryan, ask me like you would in real life.
Okay. Hey Emma, how was your vacation?
It was amazing. I went hiking in the Alps. The weather was perfect and the views were breathtaking.
Nice. Then I can say, wow, that sounds incredible. How long were you there?
I stayed for a week. I wish it had been longer, though.
And then you might ask, did you go alone or with friends?
I went with a few friends from university. We hadn't seen each other in years, so it was really special.
Perfect example of natural small talk in English.
Yes, simple questions like, where did you go? How long did you stay? What was your favorite part? These make you sound natural and friendly.
Part 5. Story time. A funny vacation moment. Okay, now let's share something funny from our vacations.
Oh, I've got one. On the second day of my hike, I got completely lost.
No way!
Yes, I was following what I thought was a trail, but it turned out to be a path made by goats, pretty much. Luckily, I found my way back after an hour, but I was starving. I sat down and had the best sandwich of my life.
That's a great story. I had something similar. I lost my flip-flop in the ocean while taking a photo.
Oh no!
Yep, I spent 10 minutes trying to catch it. People were staring, and I just thought, well, this is my vacation workout.
Classic. See, vacations always give you stories to tell.
Part 6. English Learning Tip. Talk about real experiences. You know, talking about vacations is not just fun. It's great English practice.
Totally. When you describe your experiences, you naturally use past tense, adjectives, and storytelling vocabulary.
Yes. For example, I visited, I enjoyed, I tried, I met. These are all useful past tense verbs.
And adjectives make your story interesting. Amazing, peaceful, relaxing, exciting, unforgettable.
So next time you talk to your English friends or teacher, tell them about your vacation. It's the best way to sound natural.
Part 7. The Mindset Lesson. Before we wrap up, let's talk about one more thing. The mindset behind vacations.
Yes, vacations aren't about escaping life. They're about recharging so you can live it better.
Exactly. It's not about luxury. It's about balance. Even a quiet weekend can reset your energy.
And when you return, you see things differently. Problems seem smaller. You feel lighter.
So if you've been working nonstop, maybe it's time to take a short break. Even if it's just a mental vacation.
Go for a walk, read something inspiring, or spend time with people you love.
Because sometimes, the best way to move forward is to pause.
That's all for today's episode. We hope you enjoyed listening as much as we enjoyed talking about our vacations.
And we hope you learned some new English expressions along the way.
If you liked this episode, don't forget to subscribe to FluentFlow English for more podcasts like this every week.
Leave a comment below and tell us, how was your vacation? We'd love to hear your stories.
All right, everyone. Stay relaxed, stay positive, and keep your English flowing.
See you next time on FluentFlow English.